Hi, welcome back to Chow with Chow. I'm Katie, and today we're making a Taiwanese beef noodle soup in the Instant Pot. Beef noodle soup is a Taiwanese classic. Every single time I go back to Taiwan, I gotta have it. Every restaurant and family makes it a little bit differently, but today, for my recipe, we're starting off with some beef shank. Beef shank is a really lean cut of meat, so it's perfect for stews. We want to cut it into little half-inch pieces, and once we get to this big part, I like to just split it down the middle and then cut it into little chunks. We're tossing this cut up beef into some boiling water, and this removes those impurities in the beef so it won't make our soup really cloudy later on. After about 2-3 minutes in the boiling water, we just scoop this out and we'll set this aside and get started on the rest of our soup. So I have my Instant Pot here on the saute setting and it's already hot. So I'll drizzle in some oil and I've crushed a little bit of garlic and some ginger. We're just gonna pop that in, let it saute and get really nice and fragrant. Now, if you notice the ginger, I left the skin on. So just make sure that you scrub it really clean, and the skin actually adds a lot of flavor, which is why I left it there. Now that our garlic and ginger are starting to get a little golden brown, I'm going to add in some whites and some of the greens of our scallions. You want to save some of these scallions for later as a garnish on top. It's starting to smell so good in here. I'm also adding in 1 onion. I just wedged it up. We want to wait for this to get a little translucent and a little soft and let those flavors meld together. Our beef noodle soup has a tomato base, so we're adding in some fresh tomatoes. And with that, a little bit of tomato paste and our special ingredient, banjiang. So what this is it's a soybean paste. It adds a lot of flavor, some saltiness, and it's perfect in our beef noodle soup. Since everything's well combined, we're going to add in our chilies. Now you could use Chinese dried chilies if you have them. I'm just going to use some crushed red peppers. Just a little bit more. Add a little bit of kick. And let's add in our meat. We want to stir this up until it's really well and combined and we can start smelling all of our ingredients. I'm going to pour in my soy sauce and my Shaoxing wine. That's going to help us pick up all those little bits on the bottom as well before we add in the rest of our water. That is bubbling away nicely, and I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of sugar and go in with 5 cups of water. And now for our secret ingredient, this spice packet. So this spice packet can be found at a Chinese grocery store, and inside it's like in a nice little pouch. Let me see what it has here. It has cinnamon, fennel, ginger, cumin, and clove. And we just need one of these little bad boys. We're gonna pop it right inside. And I know that star anise is a gorgeous flavor that is necessary in all beef noodle soups. So we're just going to add in 1 little star anise flower as well in there. Our final and easiest step, just close it up, turn it to the stew meat setting for 60 minutes. Can't wait. I just let this vent for a couple of minutes, really carefully because the steam can be very hot. Ooh, it looks so good. Oh, the meat looks so tender. I cannot wait. Now be careful for the spice packet and that star anise in there. We definitely don't want to eat those. I made earlier some noodles and bok choy. I really like this Taiwanese hand-pulled noodle. It's nice and flat but really wide so it holds up our soup. And there's varying thicknesses. I just like a little medium thickness or medium width. And now let's put our soup on. Let me try to make a perfect little bowl here with some onions and some meat. That looks great. Now I normally don't eat the ginger. I'll usually fish those out, but I know some people really like that ginger flavor, so you could eat it if you'd like. But let's go for our garnishes. I have some scallions that we'll sprinkle right over the top. These are some of those scallions we saved earlier. Some cilantro as well. And my absolute favorite, this is pickled mustard greens. So you can buy this at a Chinese grocery store and it comes like vacuum sealed, and you just have to wash it, saute it with a little bit of sugar, a little bit of garlic, maybe some chilies if you want it spicy. But it's like this sweet, and salty, crunchy. It's just like a perfect match with beef noodle soup. And it can't be a beef noodle soup without our pickled mustard greens. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and dig in. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so cozy and warm. The tomato flavor, the spice packet, the little bit of heat. And the meat is tender. And that's why I love using shank. If you notice, there's like these little pieces of that connective tissue and it just melts in your mouth when you take a bite. It's like falling apart. That is so good. Let me get some of this mustard green in there too. Oh, gorgeous. Perfect bowl of Taiwanese beef noodle soup. I cannot wait for y'all to try this. Thanks again for watching Chow with Chow. I'll see you next time.